Hey guys, I'm here to get into a character analysis of Boogie Nights, which was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, released in the year 1997. And this is all Paul Thomas Anderson films. This one just always washes over. It's just one of the most just energetic, powerful, just memorable projects ever made. I feel like there are literally about 100 scenes in this that are just wash over as very memorable, and they frequently just hit my subconscious on levels where it's like there's just so many memories you could like fond memories you could like associate with this as like kind of something of a feels like a complete kind of family in world building. So many mesmerizing long takes and one of the greatest soundtracks I've ever heard. I mean, there is so much momentum about this project that it's actually quite unreal. And just seeing sort of the timeless sense of enthusiasm that lives around the passionate storytelling. Now, what I really want to get into is just the art of the character arcs living in this film. And I kind of just go into the main characters by Mark Wahlberg, who just portrays this dreamy sort of kid who was around a lot of trouble in the early 70s. Then he kind of discovers this newfound family where he feels like he's accepted. Um, so many memorable scenes. Like again, just thinking about the opening scene instantly is just perfect. Whenever Wahlberg meets Burt Reynolds, it's great. Whenever like they pick up Wahlberg to go to the diner scene, these are all just mesmerizing. And the dancing scenes, they genuinely convey joy from start to finish. I feel like there's just so many great montage sequences, just characters having fun around Wahlberg's presence, and just this dance montage sequences, just Wahlberg's dynamic with everyone. It's just really incredible. He just seems like a genuinely, like a really, like just charismatic sort of personality. You can see why he's just a really great guy. And then he's plenty over the top in all the 1980s moments. Whenever there's like more burnout moments happening, it's just so many mesmerizing moments. And my absolute favorites include just like the whole drug deal sequence just gone bad, and the whole extended take in that moment of just Wahlberg realizing that this is like a rock bottom scenario. It's just really mesmerizing. Then I really love Burt Reynolds in this. This is, I believe, his best moment right here. And the moment he meets Wahlberg, they have a very original chemistry like that of a father and son. I absolutely love their moments. And just the way that Reynolds, he gets mixed in with some shockingly disturbing characters all throughout. It's really, to be awfully disturbing, especially the most disturbing character arc of all, which is portrayed by Robert Wrigley. But Reynolds just conveys just a very entertaining kind of way. I love like their dynamics, but they have like sometimes him and Wahlberg will get into a fight, but then they just ultimately just have this unique sort of bonding chemistry all around. Like he's just like home. They have a foundation of home about it. Um, John C. Riley's instantly an all-time favorite. As he just the moment he meets Wahlberg, he just plays looks like Han Solo. He's just a particularly fun, entertaining sort of character. I just love the scenes of the pool cannonball, like the scenes of reciting poetry. Like it's like Riley's just so much fun. I love his balance, like Wahlberg when they're performing music near the end and just puts it around. Like that's just particularly amazing. Alfred Millennia is just timeless in this kind of cameo as the drug deal sequence occurs. He's like it's one of the most suspenseful moments of all time. I feel like most rewatchable. I really especially find Heather Graham particularly sympathetic. She's just a wonderful moment of all this. Harold Lark just plays sympathetic simply. He's very entertaining and a wonderful character. Don Cheadle's just a great misfit sort of character who finds himself in a very admirable position in this incredible dynamic that he's like a misfit throughout a lot of this. Cheadle's just like always like kind of questioning the fashion design, the music, the scene. He's just kind of I feel like out of tune, but he ends up meeting with Laura Walters, who's just subtly a favorite actress between this and Magnolia. And there's a mesmerizing scene at the end too, where Cheadle's like, and this film is like shockingly violent at moments, and there's like a really intense sort of violent scene he's involved in. Thomas Jane, he's really intense as the guy. He doesn't really show up until about halfway into the film, but man, he's kind of the guy who just sort of ruins everything. He has a loudly dangerous personality right from the start. It ends up being quite destructive on just the overall sort of atmosphere of the project. In a sense, he's a very self-destructive type. Phil Seymour Hoffman's great as a very incredible sort of soft kind of character who just seems like he's got a very like often a very like charismatically awkward personality. Just some devastating moments he shares with Wahlberg. Julian Moore is great as playing a motherly figure. Seems very frustrated, very detached from in many ways. William H. Macy's very tragic. The frustrations in him build up as particularly depressing. And one of the most disturbing arcs of the whole story, because his frustrations brew into genuine brutality. And then Luis Guzman, he's just incredibly entertaining. He has a rambly way about him. I love the way he's introduced right on the opening scene, which is just a mesmerizing, colorful way of just introducing so many characters at once. He's just this guy just wandering around. And there's a subtly disturbing moment where he's on the phone of like someone's like calling the house they're looking for the child looking for his mother, and they're just unable to identify this whatsoever. And then Philip Baker Hall is just also quite unsettling. He's very just got a subtle way of a disturbing way just by way of the dialogue between this and Magnolia. Yeah, I mean, all this just holds up. It's just one of my all-time favorites. Some of the best long takes, one of the greatest soundtracks. This is just a perfect one right here.